Just like our clients, we're constantly on the lookout for ways to manage business change. The WordPress Helpers, and that's about to be relaunched as the Website Helpers, was our project for 2015, undertaken with an eye toward WordPress's immense market position. Last week, WordPress revealed their growth strategy for 2016 and beyond, and I welcome you now to the era of WordPress Calypso. WordPress Calypso matters a lot more to WordPress's parent company, Automattic, than it does to you. And here's the story. Almost a year ago, Automattic CEO Matt Mullenweg stated his goal for WordPress was 50% market share of all websites. It's an incredibly bold statement, and our sister service said immediately that Matt was dreaming. Central to WordPress's market dominance plan was the Jetpack plugin. Now we know that the new WordPress Calypso platform is part of it too. So here's the thing. WordPress's growth has stalled. Of course, Mr. Mullenweg doesn't like saying that. WordPress's not-so-secret weapon is the WordPress REST API, which underneath anything else is an acknowledgement that the thing that's always been WordPress, its back end, is not terribly user-friendly except to those with geek skills. WordPress Calypso, which doesn't really look a lot different than the interface that's always been at WordPress.com, is Automattic's attempt to create a new WordPress front end. But WordPress Calypso is also an acknowledgement that there's not anything terribly special about WordPress, save the considerable critical mass it's attained through a burgeoning developer community. WordPress in its existing form, that inscrutable back end, managing PHP code and MySQL database, has topped out. The WordPress REST API makes it easier for developers to work in a WordPress formatted database, but that means WordPress in essence ceases to exist. This is very bad news for Automattic and the venture capitalists who have invested north of $350 million in the company. WordPress Calypso then is Automattic trying to create a new WordPress backend just as anyone will be able to once the full WordPress REST API rolls out. What Calypso really stands for is the reality that moving forward, Automattic's growth depends on getting more people on their hosted platform, pretty much discouraging the thing that's always made WordPress compelling. You can install it yourself in minutes on pretty much any hosting plan, and you can make it sing any way you like, ostensibly for free. WordPress Calypso is a pre-go public or sell plan, pure and simple. In other words, if you don't have a liquid stake in Automattic, Calypso means nothing to you. So, have we soured on WordPress? Well, in a word, no. WordPress remains truly dominant in the website software creation market, and whether you host on your own server or via someone else's managed platform, with the Calypso version or an earlier version of WordPress, it's the path of least resistance in many ways. But WordPress Calypso proves that more than ever you need to understand the ramifications of the choices you make, and that of course is where the answer guy comes in. Give us a call if you'd like some guidance. Soon, the WordPress Helpers will be ready to take everything related to website management off your hands. I'm the Answer Guy, and I'll be back.